Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco McCarty Foundation. It's real good to be hosting this show here today, and I want to thank our sponsors before we get started, Chevron, Mississippi Power, Gulf Sales, and Butch Ostolet for the opportunity they afford to us to come right here on WGUD and Fox 25. Today, we're going to have a little bit of a special show here. I got a good friend that I've known for the last couple of years, Zach Vaughn, and we're going to talk a little bit about volunteerism, some of the things that help make the Baco McCarty Foundation go, and then Holly's got a special segment on the nutcracker that's coming up, of course, getting into Christmas season. Usually, I think it's the first weekend, second weekend of December. And we've been a long time supporter of that. So, Zach, you've been on the show before. It's been a little bit of a while, and thought it was just a appropriate time to maybe look at some of the volunteerism. I was thinking the other day, we had a barbecue that we started off at Tay's Barbecue first thing in the morning, 5:45 meeting at the office. Right. And you and some of the other guys at Trinity House, without y'all, it meant me and Holly were doing everything, and I sort of was very, very appreciative that you sort of had put that together. But you've been volunteering in our community now for over the past couple years in a lot of different capacities. And I wanted to sort of talk about that because I think it's good that people know that anyone can volunteer, can do anything. You sort of took things upon yourself. Yeah. Started just listening who needed something. And so let's go over that a little bit, because being new to this area, I know you probably got some through church or through word of mouth, but let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Volunteering, something I've been an active part in. I think it's good, it's a great way to give back to your community. It's good for you as an individual. Just to start off, it's easy to find needs in the community. One of the first things I did was located a local food pantry that helps feed needy families. And another easy one, the nursing home. We regularly visit the Johnson House in Pascagoula, and that's been a blessing for me. I know it's been a blessing for the residents there, and even visiting the elderly and the sick in hospitals. That's something that means a lot, and it serves a good service and benefit to the community as a whole.
Now, the Trinity House, we set it up, it's 11, 12 years ago now, with the idea that we'd lay that foundation for men as they were coming in to this new lifestyle, and certainly giving back was going to be one of those sort of givens. And so you've had the opportunity over the last couple of years, from when you first got there, to be involved with pretty much anything that Baco McCarty does, because with us not really having a lot of manpower and stuff, the Trinity House guys would step up. And then if you think over the year, you've got the golf tournaments that we go to. You've got the Jolly that can consist of moving everything the day of, setting up, tearing down. The amount of time that goes in, but since we moved down the street to our own location, usually every couple of weeks, I don't think a lot of people know, but the Trinity House guys have been coming over, cutting the grass, keeping the landscaping, and that has been, that's not with any pay, that's just sort of a give back to the community. And from that, of course, some people have been able to find some employment in other little places. I want to thank John Lockhart and Jason Keenum, for helping out the guys. But it's good for somebody to get out and do something. And you've certainly been the prototypical example for everybody else. But I know it helps your self-esteem to get out and like you said, know that you're doing something.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, it's just, to me, I enjoy being able to help, So if there's a need, if I see an opportunity, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to get after it. If it's the small, dirty work that nobody wants to do, landscaping or helping set up, heavy lifting, we get in there and help, and you become a part of a network of volunteers and people in the community. You wind up, building relationships, and you see you're making a difference in the lives of the people that these charities and organizations really benefit. So it's very rewarding.
I know that some of it, some of that type work can, you can be like, wow, this is in the elements. But there's also a lot of fun times too. I know going out on golf carts and getting out on that almost brings out the kid in everybody whenever we do that. And I think the community has reciprocated, because the community, I know, is always looking out for the guys at Trinity House. I know TJ came by just the other day talking about how he's going to set up everybody for Thanksgiving dinner, and you have other people, y'all go to St. Paul like tonight. Mm-hmm. Y'all be going over there and people ask about y'all, and it's good not to be stigmatized as somebody that's in recovery.
Right.
Which, again, 18 years ago when I first came here, it was a little different bird than it is today. Today, people are looked up to. If you try to change your life, especially after a couple of years of proven success, then you're almost like the people they look up to. How'd you do that? Because all too often, I think, especially in recovery field, there's this sort of thing, it's your problem, not ours, when in fact it is yours, because you have a family member, somebody that may be going through that. So it takes those people like yourself that has dedicated their lives to sort of take this initiative on. I think that's what has separated you from most of the, if not all the people that I've ever worked with. Most of these things you did on your own. It wasn't like something I told you to go do. You just sort of found the food pantry. You sort of found the Johnson House, even though I knew both of the organizations well. That wasn't something I did, and not only did you do it, you got Rob to do it, and you got others to start following what you do.
Like I said, it's very rewarding, and it serves a purpose. But I think it's important what you mentioned earlier. A lot of guys and gals, for that matter, in recovery, we have a stigma attached to us, and my philosophy, my belief is you want to escape that old identity as fast as you can, and find a new identity. Become a productive member in society. Escape all the negative, and you don't have to be attached to that stigma. You don't have to be that same person. That's what it's about, is becoming a new person. So.
And then if you stay long enough, then the years become decades, and before you know it, you'll be sitting here. Like I said, I'm getting ready to celebrate 17 years in December of being clean. Now people look up to you. People, a role model. For an entire community or coast, if you got a problem, let's, see how maybe we can get some referrals and help people. So it does change to where that initial stigma eventually becomes certainly an asset. And you certainly have done the right things there, Zach. Now, going back to our barbecues, this is our second one. By the second time, we've sort of got this thing down. If we could get Tony to figure out how to take those pork butts off without dropping one or blowing them up. But, that's a great way to help, some of the nonprofits that maybe don't have the ability to do these things on our own. So I really like that. And I know come January will be our next one. We'll do sort of a super one where we make these things larger and larger. But it really is a really simple thing. When everybody gets together, it seems like teamwork seems to work. You get 5 or 6 people in there, and I know y'all had a lot easier time doing it this time than we did the first time.
It's fun, Todd. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, you get your hands dirty and you do it a couple times, and next thing you know, you got it down to a science, and you just get in there, and we got that thing running like a well-oiled machine. So we get in there and get it done.
Now, let's move real quickly. Let's talk about, people when they come in the Trinity House. We set these rules down. We set these parameters that they're going to follow. And some people jump into that and understand that there's a reason for that. Others don't. Others think that they've got a better way, and usually that's why they've ended up in a place like that. But you've got to have certain rules. You got to have certain parameters that you follow. You got to start teaching people responsibility, how to pay their bills on time, how to come in for curfew. There's no reason to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning for anything. In 17 plus years, I've never had a reason to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Amen.
Unless I was opening up a fundraiser the next morning, like the Jolly. How has that been? You've come in from just being the lone client there with one other person to now really having seen dozens and dozens of people come through. House leader, I can trust pretty much everything to you now and not even worry about it.
Well, I'll say this, you want to help people, you want to help everybody that comes in, but ultimately to help somebody they have to want to help themselves, and if they don't want to help themselves, then the only way we can help them is to establish those rules, and a firm set of rules, and it's designed to keep them safe and live a life that's practical and safe, and it's just the only way to do it. So we have to have rules, but we want people to want to do the right thing, but it's just not the way it is, unfortunately, for everybody. So. And
it doesn't matter the consequences they're facing. I mean, some of them are facing incredible consequences if they don't, and some still do that. But like you said, it has to come from within. But once that spark's lit, it's not that difficult to see, if you're like in my position from a distance, to see those ones that the light bulb's gone off. And certainly your light bulb went off the first time I met you. I knew, absolutely positively knew that there was something different, and you have certainly proven that assumption correct, have been certainly without question laid the best foundation I think I've ever seen or been exposed to for someone that has such a bright future now. And good luck with your education. I know you're getting ready to finish up your degree at Ole Miss. Looking forward to, I think, welding classes.
I am.
Just watching those little baby steps. Everywhere I go now, people ask me, how you're doing, and we're blessed to have you in this community. And one person can make a difference, and you've done that. So I appreciate you coming on, Zach.
Thank you, Todd. I'm greatly indebted to you.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. Holly will be back. We're going to be talking about the nutcracker, so don't touch that remote.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Can you see it? It's your commute, your way of life. Here, more than 28,000 feet below the surface, setting half a dozen world records for technological innovation without a single safety or environmental incident. As the world demands more energy, Chevron attempts the extraordinary to power the world right now. This is the power of human energy. Chevron.
Shop, click, drive. Butch Ostel at Chevrolet makes it easier than ever to buy. The fastest growing GM dealer in Mississippi is Butch Ostel at Chevrolet Cadillac, Pascagoula.
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm moving it.
This fine piece of shed art was just fine where it was.
Look, as brother and sister and business partners, we may not always agree.
Yeah, that's true. But there is one thing that we do agree on, and that's one-to-one banking at Charter Bank.
Charter Bank has gone mobile. Sign up today for your free mobile app. Only at your local Charter Bank. 4 convenient locations: Gulfport, Biloxi, Ocean Springs, and Pascagoula. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Certain restrictions apply.
You know the signs of addictions. We see them every day.
Lost jobs, families torn apart,
and lots of financial difficulties.
But today, there's hope. The Home of Grace offers hope to those struggling with addiction, but we can't do it without you.
Your donation helps put together those families who were once devastated by addiction.
Remember the Home of Grace. It's the place where miracles happen.
Every small change you make to become more energy efficient can make a big difference to future generations. From servicing your heating and cooling systems every year to ensuring that your attic walls and doors are properly insulated. And simply turning off lights and electronics when not in use can all help you save energy and help save our environment. Small change, big difference. Visit MississippiPower.com/ways to save to learn about programs that can help you save energy and money on your electric bill.
Golf Sales and Supply wants everyone to know that whether you need one more tool for that honey-do list this weekend, or if you're a contractor in need of hundreds, they are your source to save you time and money. Top quality tools from leading manufacturers including DeWalt, Makita, Porter Cable, Klein, Milwaukee, Pronto, or 3M, and much more. Over 400,000 items are available from over 2,000 vendors. Stop by today at 1909 Kenneth Avenue, Pascagoula, and let their highly knowledgeable crew find the perfect tool for your job. That's Golf Sales and Supply.
Bozo's Seafood Market in Delhi has been a Gulf Coast tradition since 1956, and they've been voted as one of America's 50 best seafood places to eat. The owner, Keith, invites you to stop by and check out their wide variety of fresh seafood caught daily. And while you're there, grab a seat and let the excellent cooks fix something up just the way you like it. Dine in or get it to go. Call and orders are welcome at Bozo's Seafood Market in Delhi on Ingalls Avenue in Pascagoula.
Shop, click, drive. Butch Ostelet Chevrolet makes it easier than ever to buy. The fastest growing GM dealer in Mississippi is Butch Ostelet Chevrolet Cadillac, Pascagoula.
Feed the Children presents New Song's Very Merry Christmas Tour, featuring Building 429, Plum, and Reno. Celebrate the hope, joy, and wonder of the season with your family and friends on New Song's Very Merry Christmas Tour, featuring Building 429, Plum, and Reno.
For my mama, please.
Hi, and welcome back to the Baker-McCarty Community Forum. My name is Holly Cunningham, and I'm the Director of Programs for the Baker-McCarty Foundation. Earlier, you were met with our Executive Director, Todd Trenchard. He talked a little bit about volunteerism and some of our volunteers that we have with the Baker-McCarty Foundation. On this segment, we actually have Melange Dance Studio. We have a parent, a board member, and a dancer today. How are you two?
We are doing great. We're happy to be here.
Well, good. So we have Miss Kelly and Caroline Foster. So it's a mom and daughter duo, but then you are both involved with Melange. What's that like?
It is wonderful. Well, it helps me stay on top of what the dancers are doing, and with my daughters, Caroline, I have another daughter, Catherine. She's a part of Melange. They get ready for the ballet. I'm kind of a little bit more in the know since I'm on the board as to what's going to be taking place. So it's super exciting for the whole family.
And this is just a city and county event. Everyone loves the Nutcracker. They look forward to it. I know all my little sisters, they get really excited during this time, all the pretty dresses and all. What's it like to bring joy, to have that event and being a part of that event?
Well, it's really great, especially the school performance on Friday morning. It's great seeing all the little girls out there, because afterwards we walk out into the audience and that's when we really see how happy they are to be there.
And for a parent, I know you are putting in so many hours. No one understands how many hours, it takes to go to dance practice, to, pick up, to having to go to the meetings beforehand for costumes and all. What is it like to be a parent and having a daughter that's so engaged?
Well, it's really wonderful. I think it helps the girls with responsibility. And as a parent, there's so many smaller things that you have to be on top of, whether it's the right color tights, making sure they have shoes, bobby pins. They even all have to wear the same color lipstick. But it's so much fun, and it also helps them, I think, with responsibility. They have to be there a little bit ahead of time because it's really a professional performance that I think the entire community gets excited about, besides just the parents and the dancers.
What is it like to serve on the board, and what's a little bit of background about the Nutcracker? I know we look forward to it every year, but a lot of times we do not know, where did it start? Who was involved?
Well, it started right here in Pascagoula, Mississippi in the late 70s, early 80s. It's really been a tradition in Jackson County for the past 35 years. It started as a really small production with artistic director Joanne Christopher. They had homemade tutus and costumes, homemade backdrops, and it's really turned into a full-fledged professional performance with over 125 participants from ages 3 to 65. Community members also have guest performances. 3 generations within one family have danced in the Nutcracker Ballet. So I think it's something really that not only the younger people that dance in it get excited about, but I think really the parents and the outlying areas of the community, really along the Gulf Coast, get excited because it's really our favorite shining ornament on the Christmas tree. It's something that goes hand in hand with Christmas. And in my opinion, I think that this is really one of the more popular ballets along the Gulf Coast, Melange Dance Company's Nutcracker. It's absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen it, you really need to do so.
And I talked to Miss Joanne, and she was telling us a little bit about how much it really has grown from them actually having a live tree that they were pulling. A live tree, they said it weighed over 100 pounds, and they're just pulling this live tree. And now you have, you know, sets that are made. They're constantly changing out. And this year you have a little twist to the story, I'm told. It's a little bit of like a Southern twist. Tell us a little bit about that, or if you can't tell us, you know, what you expect the audience to be like.
Well, I think the audience is going to be super excited about that because, you know, this is the Gulf Coast area, and so we all love our history here along the Gulf Coast, all things Southern, of course. And so I think with that little twist, it's something that kind of gets everyone a little bit more in tune. It involves the community. We can't give too much away, but it's really going to be something special. And there's always something new each year. I know it's super exciting for a lot of the kids that see the Nutcracker for the first time. They love the furry mice and the snow that comes out on top of the set. It really gives it a Christmas feel, and that's not something that you get to see every day with other Nutcracker ballets. So I think that that's going to be pretty special here.
What have you learned from being part of such a demanding, I guess, activity?
Well, I'm really fortunate that I've been able to be a part of this because it's taught me how to balance my time between school, other activities, other clubs that I'm involved in, and it's something that I enjoy doing. I love dancing, and I've made so many new friends, and I've learned a lot of discipline through it.
And for a parent, I know that just warms your heart to be able to say, you know what, my daughter, she started something, she completed it, and she gave back to our, you know, our community at the same time.
Yes, it really makes me super proud. You know, they really root for each other as well with performances, and Caroline has danced many roles in the Nutcracker Ballet, and I think she probably loves them all the same because there were so many different aspects to each one. But I think they also, besides enjoying it themselves, they love to dance with their friends as well.
And it does create that atmosphere of just friendship. So for the community, what do you see, or what impact do you see this having on the community for this year and future years?
Well, you know what I really see? I see the community coming together because they want to support the arts. And I think more and more people are finding out about the Nutcracker Ballet. We are performing at local events, Zonta, other big shrimp festival, big things along the Gulf Coast. So more people are finding out about the ballet that would have never been exposed to it before. And so they're seeing their neighbors up there dancing, and I think that they want to be a part, whether it's a small role or just giving to the arts. I think it exposes our community to the arts, and that gets them a little bit more excited. Melange Dance Company, I know that we're talking about the Nutcracker, but they put on the Cinderella Ballet in years past. So I think it gets the community excited to be exposed more to the arts and the ballet. And there's also some fun parts and some exciting parts, some scary moments, but it's all just extremely wonderful, you know, to have the community involved and really to see what this is all about.
And I know there's several sponsorships that are still available. Tickets are still on sale. I know you're not sold out yet. If anyone wanted information on that, how could they contact you or whoever's in charge of tickets and sponsorships?
Well, the performances are going to be December 11th, 12th, and 13th. They can go to Melange Dance Company on Facebook or go to the Studio of Dance in Pascagoula. Tickets are available there as well. And again, the performances are going to be Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and then a Sunday matinee at 2:30. And it's really a wonderful, wonderful event.
And sponsorships are still available. I know each year the Baker McCarty Foundation, they do a great sponsorship, and we're actually going to put that picture on screen so you'll be able to see last year's performances. You all are holding the sponsorship sign, and it's great publicity for your business. If anyone wanted to participate in that sponsorship, type giving, how could they get that information? Can they call the same number?
Yes, they can call the Studio of Dance and Gymnastics. That number is 228-762-6493, and they are definitely taking sponsorship donations, because that is the Melange Dance Company, the Nutcracker Ballet, is nonprofit. So it really and truly, the community is what keeps the ballet and the spirit of Christmas with the Nutcracker alive here and thriving in Jackson County and really all along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, because the audience is far and wide.
Well, thank you, Miss Kelly and Caroline, for joining us.